It is an absolutely beautiful day. So what Shane, Tyler, and I did, we pulled the FC out of the garage, brought it to the back of the garage, and unloaded the bed and set it up on some pallets. And I have it set up so it's right in back of our back garage door. So now I can take it, roll that bed in and out of the garage whenever I need it or when I want to work on it. And it's pretty accessible now instead of having it way out back where I have to deal with all the snow. Worst case scenario, if it gets snowed in, I can just shovel it off, pull it into the garage, and then just pull it right out so I can keep Tracy's car in that stall. Not bad for January 11th. Great news. The parts came in for the Jeep and we're ready to go. Ready to start dismantling my wood contraption here that made this a hardtail. It looks ridiculous, but it actually did serve the purpose. It worked well for being able to move this around, move the bed around. It worked okay. But it's time to take it off and get rid of it. So the only thing that was back ordered, or I want to say shipped wrong, was the wheel cylinders. They gave me 3 wheel cylinders and a tie rod end. So that just won't work. So it kind of tipped the scales where it's making it that I'm gonna do the suspension now. I'm gonna do the leaf springs and the shocks. But first, what I have to contend with is on one side of the vehicle, there's a little rot on this frame. So I'm gonna have to cut this U-bolt off, pull that through. That's actually pretty rotted too. That's really thin right here. That's holding this rear counterweight on. So I'm gonna take that off, and I have some angle iron here, some nice heavy duty angle iron, and I'm going to replace that piece right there, right up to here. It's really solid. After that, it's just that one spot, and it's kind of ridiculous because the other side has no sign of rust. So it seems like on a lot of these vehicles that I'm noticing that one side gets way more abuse than the other. So what I'm gonna do is jack it up, pop these tires off, take that wood frame off, and get rolling. Who would think in the middle of January that we'd be able to work in the garage with the doors open, no snow on the ground. It's really nice out. I want to say it's about 60, 70 degrees out. I got this cleaned up, got all the rotted part of that frame cut out. So now I'm going to weld up a replacement part there, or repair on that frame. Get that welded up and I'll mount that in place. Now I'm going to take this receiver here for the rear shackle, and I'm actually going to weld this to the back here to replace the one that was there. Well, today was a good day. I was able to patch this back frame here, complete that, put the shackle holder on right here, was able to weld that in. I actually was able to put the leaf spring in, but it's not permanent. I just wanted the back is permanent, that this area here is all locked in, but I still have work to do in the front. The other side of the frame actually looked better than that side, but just for symmetry and just to make sure it was strong, I did a patch panel on this side too. It was good, but when I started welding up that shackle holder that attaches to the frame, it seemed like the metal was really thin. So instead of mounting it and then having issues with it in the future, I just figured I'd just put a patch panel in. Just, a gusset just to add a lot of strength. There's a lot going on right here. This part of the frame's holding the counterweight. It's holding the suspension. You know, that's a lot going on right there. Probably any of the weight that gets in, that's put in the bed is on that area. So I decided, you know what, I'll just reinforce it. It looks good. It looks symmetrical with the other side. So I think it was worth it. Tracy painted the parts that mount to the bottom of the, or I should say the one plate that mounts to the bottom of the spring where the U-bolts go through. We're using actually the old one because we had both of them from the original setup. So she painted those up today, so that's why I don't have them mounted right now. So all that's really left to do is put the U-bolts in, put that plate in, mount the shock absorbers to that screw right up here, and then connect that to the plate that's mounted on the bottom of the U-bolts. And I have to do a little work to the front here. I just have to get a bushing, get an actually more heavy duty nut and bolt set up than this. I might actually use like aviation nut just to keep that locked in. So that's good. I'm actually really happy with the progress today. Everything worked out pretty well. I didn't really film a lot of it because there was a little bit of trial and error, and it was kind of monotonous, a lot of welding. So I figured I'd just show you the end result. Everything worked out pretty well. So next we'll be finishing up that and then starting the brakes. So guys, you probably noticed I changed my name of the YouTube channel. I changed it to Roy Works. My son and I came up with it this week. He was on break from college and he worked with us doing plumbing for the week. And we were talking about it, and initially when I came up with that first name, it was with the intentions that I didn't think I would do this for long. I thought I would just do maybe 1 or 2 videos or something. I was just gonna try it out. So I didn't really put too much thought into the name. But this name, I feel like reflects more of what we do. I'm not just a Jeep guy. I like all vehicles. I like all types of projects. So it definitely leaves us open to more types of videos. From this, I'm gonna work on an MG, probably work on the Willys Jeep. But I do all types of projects. That's why probably I'm not committed to any one type of hobby. I do a lot of different, I like woodworking and all different types of things. So Roy Works kind of reflects more that we do all types of stuff. And I want to involve my family more. They seem to enjoy working out in the garage. Shane worked with me all weekend doing his work. And midweek, you might notice on Wednesdays or Thursdays, I'm not sure, I might start doing little spotlight videos on different projects that people I know are doing. All my brothers are really talented and good at mechanics, and they're always doing something also. My brother Joe does custom motorcycles, and my brother John does all types of interesting vehicles, and as you see, Shane does vehicles. My son Tyler, he's into all different things. He loves VW stuff. So I'm gonna start trying to do a spotlight video midweek. But enough of me talking. You guys have a great rest of your week, and thanks for hanging out with me in the garage.